Seven Deadly Sins Grudge of Edinburgh Part 1 has just came out, and I gotta be honest with you guys, Chief. It was actually a very enjoyable movie, and it did a perfect job at setting up Part 2 for Grudge of Edinburgh. So for everybody who was talking shit about the new Seven Deadly Sins movie, we gotta hold this L together as a collective, because Part 1 was actually an amazing movie, and I want to do a video discussing what we can expect to see in Part 2 of Grudge of Edinburgh. And in case you guys didn't know, Part 2 will be releasing in August of 2023, and right off the back, we'll get to see the finale of Tristan and Lancelot teaming up to go fight Death Pierce, because at the end of Part 1, they already ended up at Death Pierce's castle. So you guys gotta leave a like on the video for that, because I've been predicted that Lancelot was gonna end up helping Tristan defeat Death Pierce, and I don't think that the whole movie will be Tristan and Lancelot fighting Death Pierce, which is gonna be good, because that means that Part 2 will have some moments in it that will hype up the new Seven Deadly Sins anime that's gonna be coming out. And I definitely do think that King and Diane's children will be shown at the end of the movie, because these characters have been getting teased to us ever since the original manga ended, and at the recording of this video, we still haven't even seen a glimpse of them yet, even in the new Seven Deadly Sins manga that already has 88 chapters out already. So I think that the author might end up showing us what King and Diane's children look like at the end of Part 2 of Grudge of Edinburgh, very similarly to how they revealed Lancelot at the end of Part 1. And we'll also get to see the Chaos King in Part 2, because we know that Death Pierce got his new powers from the Chaos King. So I think we'll get to see the moment where Chaos King Arthur gives Death Pierce his new powers. And I also think we'll get to see how the Chaos King begin to recruit his new Chaos Knights in Part 2, because we know that the Chaos King should have already began recruiting most of his Chaos Knights during this time of the movie. So I definitely do think that we'll be able to see Chaos King Arthur go off and start building his kingdom in Part 2 of Grudge of Edinburgh. And if Part 2 of Grudge of Edinburgh really wants to build up hype for the new Seven Deadly Sins anime that's coming out, they will show us a sneak peek of the new main character, aka Percival, as a teaser for the new Seven Deadly Sins anime. And I think that they're actually going to do this, because they did tease Lancelot at the end of Part 1, and we know that he has a major role in the new Seven Deadly Sins anime. So I think they might do the same thing for Percival in Part 2. And at this point in the story, Percival is still living on an island in the sky known as God's Finger with his grandfather Varkis, who used to work for the Chaos King before he left him. So I think this would be fantastic fan service for us manga readers if we got to see Percival and his grandfather training on God's Finger, like how it was shown in the beginning of the new Seven Deadly Sins manga. And we've seen Part 1 of Grudge of Edinburgh. They had a lot of fan service and hype moments for true Seven Deadly Sins fans, so I definitely do think that Percival will be making his appearance in Part 2 of Grudge of Edinburgh. So Part 2 of Grudge of Edinburgh is going to be amazing, because it's going to have a lot of hype moments that true Seven Deadly Sins fans won't want to miss, and it's also going to be doing a perfect job at setting up the story before the new Seven Deadly Sins anime comes out. Comment what you guys see down below, subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.